Welcome to Shit They Don't Tell You.
Hello, welcome back to Shit They Don't Tell You. I'm Nikki Limo.
And I'm Steve Green. And this is a podcast mostly relationship driven.
Yeah, it has been in the past few years.
Think so.
Yeah. I mean, because we aren't experts on any subject, but
I'm pretty good at crypto, but other than that. We have the most experience in being in a relationship. A successful human relationship.
We used to make jokes about like the first few days of us being married and having such a successful marriage.
Well, yeah, because it was like a weekend and we're like, this is a successful marriage.
This is a super successful
marriage. This is working out.
We've been really succeeding at marriage so far. Now it's been almost 7 years since we got married.
Which is crazy.
And 11 years since we've been together.
And we both.
And friends for 13 years.
And mostly friends.
Mostly friends.
Above all, we're friends.
The first year of us being together, we called each other fuck friends. I mean, like as a joke, because we were like really serious.
Well, no, because we were so serious, but everyone around us was like, you guys are just like fucking, it's cool.
Yeah.
But we're like, yeah, totally, we're fuck friends.
We were saying I love you within like 2 weeks.
Dude, we're saying I love you within like 3 days, dude. That's how it felt. Mm-hmm. It was like insane.
Anyway, it's not about us.
Anywho.
It's not about us.
Today we're about helping you.
It's about you.
And I got to be honest, and I'm not dunking on people out there, but me and Nikki have constantly told people, don't settle.
Yes.
Right? Don't wait. Do wait. Don't settle.
Yeah.
And it's gratifying, isn't it?
Yes. Because people are scared. And this is what I've come to realize over the course of talking to many people. And the through line is people are scared to be alone, like with themselves.
Yes.
And you need that. You have to go through a period where you fall in love with yourself before you can fall in love with someone else. And I know that's so cliche, but you really won't understand what that means until you spend a lot of time with yourself and get to know who the fuck you are on a base level of what makes you happy, as if you were taking your own self on a date.
Yes.
Like, what are you thrilled by? And then when you can be your own best partner, then anything on that, you're not going to want to settle. Exactly. Because you're so happy alone that like any partner you find should only enhance that, or else they don't make the cut.
Exactly. And I have to say that in our case, like I was single for like 9 days before I got with Nikki, but I knew exactly what I wanted. That's the thing that people don't understand.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what I wanted.
I said I was ready to be single forever, but then
I said that love is a cold dead lie told by thieves.
Yeah.
And then 9 days later, I'm literally balls deep in you.
Well, to be fair, I wrote in my journal that I wasn't going to date someone unless they were exactly like Steve Green, because I decided after watching him for a while that like that was the template that I wanted for a relationship.
And to be fair, I said I wasn't going to date anybody unless they were easy. Mm-hmm. It's not that high. No, that's not what happened. But that's not at all what happened.
Also,
I'm not that cool. I'm not cool. I'm not cool at all.
And he's also just like so picky anyway.
Yeah, true.
Like, no,
so true.
Like I don't think
impossible. Literally
you're
impossible.
not easy.
No. That's why my body count's half of yours. Anyways, we're not doing math here. This is not a math podcast.
I do like math.
It's not a math podcast.
Okay.
So today's question comes from Reddit Relationship Advice.
Okay.
My 25 female, so this is a 25 female talking.
Okay. Best
friend, 24 male, proposed to me.
What?
I am confused and mortified. You like that? That's why I laughed earlier.
Yeah.
Where can we go from here? Holy shit. That is a bad start for this cat.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Exactly. Frankly, I'm still in shock that this happened, so this might be all over the place. Bear with me.
This is like an extreme version of when you said that male and females can't be friends.
Thank you.
Like, this is like an extreme version.
Supports my worldview. Anyway, they say all fake names as usual. Reddit people are so serious. Jordan and I met in university 2 years ago. We both started at the same time, and because of our ages, we were both considered, quote, mature students. So we quickly became firm friends. As we shared a dorm, we joke around together about us being old enough to be considered mature enough in our early 20s. We weren't on the same course, but given that we lived together, we would hang out pretty much all the time whenever we didn't have a lecture. We joined a bunch of societies together. We went drinking every weekend together, etc., etc. Pretty sweet gig because it meant we were at least never alone. Obviously, we made other friends, both alone and together, but we were always each other's number one at the end of the day. At the moment, we're on spring holiday for Easter. And while we haven't hung out consistently, we decided to make plans to visit each other's hometowns because we're from very starkly different places. Today we went to mine. Mine is big city central. So you see where this is going.
Yeah.
This cat's like, she wants to
Falling
see
in
my
love.
place.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I've never been to a rural place. I'm from a city or whatever.
Yeah. It's like a Hallmark movie.
Dude, it is. It's that road. This morning we went there and we were wandering down the streets doing some sightseeing because he's never been. Typically, there's a lot of street sellers here trying to sell you everything from hot dogs to fluffy Pokemon hats. I decided I wanted to get a caricature done. I've never had one. Thought it'd be funny to get and hang over my bed when we got back for
It's literally scenes from a Hallmark movie.
Legitimately.
Like, what?
And cheap.
Yeah.
For production. I asked Jordan if he wanted to get one and he refused. No worries. So I sat down to get it done. They don't take very long. 5-10 minutes later. So I stayed, looked straight forward to the artist the entire time. He finished the caricature. I loved it. So obviously I turned it to show it to Jordan. When I turned though, I literally don't even know what to say. He's down on one knee holding up a ring box.
I got goosebumps.
I don't even really know what he said. If he did like the whole proposal speech thing, because I was just so confused.
It's like a bomb went off in her ear, like that like ringing sound.
I was barely paying attention. It's like Oppenheimer, dude.
Yeah.
Remember, again, this is a super busy tourist city, so this is drawing a mini crowd now coming over to cheer us on.
No.
I couldn't help but to burst into laughter. To be honest, I thought this was some kind of odd prank.
Yeah, I
type
would think
thing.
it was a prank too.
Right.
Like he's just doing a joke in public or a TikTok. Like,
we hope. Oh, fingers crossed. We never have been prankster types or whatever, but I couldn't come up with a reasonable explanation. So I just laughed and laughed and laughed until I looked at Jordan. And he looked genuinely heartbroken. So obviously I asked him something along the lines of, you're not being serious. And this is the only thing I remember him saying. He shut the box, stood up, shrugged, and said, I guess not anymore, and then walked off.
Oh my gosh. What?
This left me standing pretty awkwardly in this gathered crowd of people, a lot of whom were giving me dirty looks.
It was like a bad dream.
Which made me incredibly uncomfortable. Yes.
It was like a dream I would have like that was weird.
Yeah, you hope you wake up.
Yeah.
The plan was to meet back up at a hotel. We had booked rooms next door to each other. So I figured that's where he's going and head back that way, but he's not there. So I wait and wait and wait. And he does not return. Wow. I text him out of concern. It's 1:15 p.m. This occurred at 1:15 p.m. It's currently 6:20 p.m. as I'm writing this. Just asking, are you okay? He responds with a long message back, many paragraphs.
Oh my gosh.
Which I would post because it's an odd read, but I won't out of respect for his privacy.
Okay. An odd read.
Yeah, it's so good.
Dude, I wanted to read it so bad.
In which, my favorite part, he basically accuses me of leading him on, asking, why didn't I break up with him sooner?
Break up?
Yeah, saying I had, quote, publicly humiliated him, and, quote, he thought I loved him the same way, and he felt our relationship was strong enough to consider taking the next step.
What the fuck?
Now, this is completely out of left field for me. I literally got no idea where in the world he got this idea from. The closest we've ever been physically is a hug, hello, and goodbye. They never even kissed or nothing.
What the fuck?
I never even jokingly flirted with him for exactly this reason. I've had too many friendships collapse because they can't tell the difference between serious, interesting, and joking banter in relationships.
Right. So don't even take the risk about fake flirting.
So I've been extra careful to not cross that boundary. We've never kissed, never been on a date, never had sex. I do not find him physically attractive. I wouldn't want to be in a relationship.
Typically, you have a conversation like, "Are we a thing?"
Typically, I think you made out once before you get on one knee with a ring box, dude.
Like not even flirty
Holy
banter.
Holy shit!
Not even flirty banter.
Insane, literally insane. So yeah, then she closes with, "I don't understand where on earth you got this idea that we are a thing. This isn't something you ever brought up before. I'm genuinely bewildered. He hasn't returned to the hotel yet. I knock on his door to check. I've been listening for him. Nothing. Haven't responded to his long paragraph because honestly, I don't know how to. I'm just so stunned, taken aback. Genuinely have no idea where to go from here, what to do. And yeah.
Well, I don't know how to give relationship advice since there isn't an existing relationship. Because
It's so
this is more like you're breaking up with a friend.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, really bizarre way to find out there's a problem. But yeah, there's a problem. And I would say you're probably going to need to break up this friendship. And that sucks.
Yeah.
But like, how do you ever recover from that? How do you recover from that?
You don't.
I mean, he has
You're never being friends the same way.
Especially since it's not even about what he did. It's about he has no self-awareness about what he did.
That's correct.
And so like you're never going to be able to be on the same page fundamentally because he has no self-awareness about this very bizarre, crazy thing that he did.
You can't even trust him to self-diagnose a relationship.
Exactly.
And that's a huge issue.
That's a huge issue.
Hugest issue maybe ever.
I don't think I could be friends with someone that lacks that much self-awareness.
Same.
And she did, and it took this happening for her to get like how different they are.
She didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah. Huh, Franks.
And by the way, this is why again, like Nikki said before, that's why I always say guys and chicks can't be friends. Not really.
Like,
not really.
People always give you, this is more I'm talking about JK audiences, like giving shit because I represented you on an episode and then everyone's like, Nikki thinks that blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, actually, this was Steve's.
I know exactly why I think
Steve's
this.
role.
I know exactly why I think this.
Go for it.
Guys are guys. We do that thing.
Yeah.
We're like, if you're even like a fucking passing grade for a chick, we deserve you in a way.
What if like, do you believe, let's say, okay, so we're very married.
Correct.
And
Thank you.
very vocal about
correct
being happily married.
Yes.
One other couple we could be friends with other couples. Like for example,
couples is fine.
Okay. Now what about this? I play with a lot of poker players in a very male-dominated sport.
Yeah.
And I would consider a few of them friends. And I don't think there's any sexual vibes there at all. And a lot of them know you.
Why not?
And I talk about you all the time. and so like, I don't know, in that regard, I feel like we're friends, but I feel like there are boundaries.
I'll just say this.
I think there's boundaries.
It's not a true friendship.
I'm not going to their hometowns.
I'm just saying, all I'm saying is with a friend, right? A real friend, a real deal friend.
Yeah.
You go, who's our real friends, right? I go hang out in their fucking houses all the time.
Yeah.
Like, like you with chicks, they come stay with us.
Right. I think it's about.
It's different.
Yeah. But like one of them wouldn't hang out with us one-on-one. It's more about that,
Exactly.
right? Like,
yeah.
Like I wouldn't have a guy friend come over here one-on-one.
Never. And also you don't like go on like dinner dates with these people.
Yeah.
Like it's if you're with these people, it's with a group of people and it's not like an intimate setting or whatever.
Yeah.
So to me that's like completely benign and like whatever. But like if I was to go on a like a one-on-one, it's like me and like some chick. Mm-hmm. And we're going to dinner or lunch or whatever. And it's like not for business, not for anything. It's like literally just to check in or whatever, to hang. I just think that's weird. I just think that's strange. And I wouldn't put myself in that position.
Right.
That's all. It's not about me knowing what's up. Because I could know 1.5 million times what's up. But me not putting myself in that position for you is like the whole jam.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's just that simple. And like, it doesn't mean like, like
I just feel like people take it like really far. Like I wanted you to explain your story.
And I understand people are like, oh, but no, but honestly, it's not like a fuck you to anybody. It's just how I do this thing in a respectful way. Mm-hmm. Because I don't want to put you in a position where like I'm out with somebody and they're a woman or whatever, and it's like, well, why is your husband like on a dinner date or lunch date with some chick? That's weird to me. And I completely agree. I
guess at this point, it's not that weird because of like there's so much trust. Now, if you were like,
yeah, that's true.
If you were like calling her up and like having long phone calls and then like going out to meet with her all the time, that's like a different level. But like if you met up with somebody for lunch because they were in town or whatever, like, I don't know, I wouldn't even think about it.
Perfect example. Someone I know who you haven't met yet, Colleen from JK.
Yeah.
I helped her get crypto.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with her for like 2 fucking hours because it's like teaching the blind how to move around.
Uh-huh.
No hate to the
how
blind.
to move around.
No hate to the blind.
Yeah.
But I would never put myself in a position where it's like, I always told you about everything I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And like, also it's like, hey, I'm helping this person do a thing, like with a conclusion.
Yeah.
Right. But like, I can see some people going like, well, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. So it ends up, you're saying a general rule.
Yeah.
But like, it ends up being flexible the more trust that you build with somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
I think. And so like, I was on the opposite side when we first met, and then I came to your side, and now I'm like we're like, well, when I picture like, oh, you going to lunch with Colleen, like I have zero feelings of something shady going on, right?
That's fair.
You know what I mean? But like it takes, I think, a lot of like building trust, and in the beginning like this, especially if both parties are single.
Yeah.
I do agree with you that if both parties are single, one person always wants something else.
Yes.
I think that's true. I've come to the conclusion that is
Thank you for coming
true.
to
And
the
I used to not think that.
Guys are sus.
I used to not
Don't
think that.
trust guys. We're sus.
I've had a lot of guy friends, and
they're sus.
But then when I think about how a lot of those relationships got
secondary
ruined.
and tertiary agendas at all times. And they
Guys are
look,
sus.
we don't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
You say no, and we're like, oh, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
I'll get you later. It's fucked up. It's dumb.
It's weird. Yeah.
Just saying.
Super weird.
No, so I go out of my way to put a moat around myself and anybody who you could be perceived as like a challenge to you ever. Because like I'm just so, like you said, I feel so secure in our relationship.
Yeah.
I go out of my way to make sure that everyone else can see that too.
Yeah.
That's
well,
all.
I think that's why the trust has been built. Though,
Exactly.
Too. Like, cause
that's true.
You know what I mean?
Well, plus you sometimes come back at like 5 a.m. and like you're hanging out with like literally 1,700 dudes.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, I'm not going to lie. You smell like jizz.
Well, I did let them jizz on me, but that's like
Well, yeah,
friendship.
yeah.
That's like everyone does that.
Yeah.
That's like a normal thing in poker, babe.
When
that's
she
a
comes
normal.
home, I'm like, she smells like jizz. She's
Babe,
like,
that's a
she's like,
normal
"Babe,
thing in
it's
poker.
the soap at the Aria. And I'm like, oh, okay.
That's everyone's jizzing on each other on break. Like
Yeah,
you know that.
Yeah.
I mean, don't. Like,
True.
I guess you don't really understand poker the way that I. I mean, like you haven't studied it at all. But no, we all jizz on each other on break.
it's just a normal
I
thing.
can't jizz on them because I don't have the parts.
You can't do it.
No, so they have to jizz on me.
That makes sense.
And that's the thing.
That makes so much sense.
And I wish I could give it back, but I can't.
Yeah.
So
at least you wish you could.
it's kind of unfair to them.
Yeah, so sometimes I'm like, okay, she's definitely hardcore cheating on me, but
Yeah.
I love this chick.
No, I am hardcore cheating on you.
Yeah.
But that's what we do. Like it's literally
poker.
It's GTO.
It's
game
it's
theory
strategy.
optimal
Yeah, it's
to
strategy.
like on break.
Yeah, that's true.
No, just on break. Like
Oh yeah.
you don't have a lot of time.
On break, you're on break.
You're on break.
And I respect that.
Yeah, you're on a break.
You're on a break.
That's literally what it
I
means.
respect it,
That's
though.
literally what it means.
I respect the syntax because I'm a writer.
Yeah.
Some people say Steve's saying he's a writer. There, I'm like, no, I'm literally a writer. WRITER.
Yeah.
So I respect the syntax.
And I thought you said you wanted to cuck. That's all I just thought you said you wanted that.
So true. Anywho.
Oh my God, my favorite Reddit posts that come up are the ones that are like, so my wife's bull wants to like convert her to his religion. And I just think that's crossing a line. Like he's just there to, he's supposed to just be there to please her, not convert her.
No way.
Yeah.
You seen that?
Yeah, those they come up on
Send
my
me
Twitter.
that.
Okay, I will. They come up on my Twitter feed.
I don't get
all the
that.
time.
I don't get that.
It's I don't know what happened.
Mine are dog shit
It came
compared
up
to you.
one time and I like read it, and so now it just thinks
My
I'm
wife.
really into like Reddit cuckold qualms. It's the
incredible.
funniest shit. It's
love
always
that.
like, so my wife's bull, do you think this is crossing a line or no? He like took her
So-
out to Disneyland without like my knowledge, and she
I do think that's
you know
crossing a
shit
line.
like
I
that.
do think that's crossing
It's
a line.
really funny
If she
because it's
if
always,
she likes Disney, if she doesn't like
it's,
Disney, it's not
if
crossing.
they're fucking their wife, like if the bull is like just. If they're doing that to the wife, like if they're jizzing all over her face,
Yeah, duh.
no problems.
No question.
But like if this guy thinks he can just like get her a flower on Valentine's Day,
I kinda like
that
this
is
guy.
fucked up.
Kind of like this guy.
So
I get you flowers on Valentine's Day.
I know.
Thank you.
No, I'm saying if my bull did that, you would be mad.
We're gonna go on a break. No, I'm kidding.
On a break?
Hey, easy.
You watch your words.
I better be really careful. I need to have my lawyer present.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have an update on this.
Okay, an update on this story?
Yeah, on this particular story.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Jordan did, in fact, not come back to the hotel. I stayed up till, it's a fake name. I stayed up till 1 a.m. before falling asleep. He didn't return. When I woke up the next day, the hotel staff let me know he had checked himself out about 6 a.m. I did end up responding to his big, long text. I took everyone's advice and told him I was sorry it didn't go as expected. But I wasn't sure where he got the impression we were together. I said I'd be happy to sit and have a discussion about it all so we could make sure we're on the same page. He was not happy about this at all.
Wow.
He again went off with a bunch of the same type of thing he said in his first message. It didn't really seem to be going through his head at all. To be going through to him.
Yeah, to getting through to him.
Yeah. Even in these new texts, he kept referring to all of this as me, quote, breaking up with him, despite me explicitly telling him we were never together and never have been together.
Yeah.
Again, all his messages were very clear and coherent, even if what he was saying was not based in reality at all. He wasn't sending paragraphs, just sentences in really quick succession, which was blowing my phone up. He told me, which got to be probably turning her on at this point. As a guy, I know that that's probably making her really horny.
Yeah, 100%.
If you're blowing a chick's phone up about like, why doesn't she understand how much you love her so much? And like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's getting her real wet. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I'm not a scientist, but I know.
So I don't know what happened here.
So he told me, because he's trying to turn her around. He's trying to fix the problem.
Right.
I think this probably will work.
You just sent a dick pic. like a just half hard, a half chub.
Half chub dick pic.
Yeah.
So smart.
Because girls like love that. Yeah.
Love
Honestly, what goes through my head though, from a safety standpoint, is clearly this guy is mentally unstable. And it's very known that one of a guy's biggest fear is like having a woman laugh at him, like get humiliated by a woman. I'd be actually a little bit concerned for her safety. I'd be concerned for my safety.
I agree with you.
Like, I don't even know if she should meet up with him to talk about it. Like, it seems a little
thankfully for her,
creepy.
She says he told me he didn't want to meet up and talk to me because I had ripped his heart out and crushed it in public.
That's crazy.
I did ask him for specific instances he could recall between us that made him think we were dating.
Yeah.
But he completely ignored the question, just kept on going on and on about how hurt he was that I was, quote, breaking up with him and how he felt his world was ending.
Sounds like a fever dream. This is so crazy.
He said he loved me more than anything and had felt so confident that I had too, which is why he felt so certain about proposing to, quote, move our relationship along. She adds a bunch of question marks with that because she's like, what the fuck? Eventually, to be honest, I grew pretty tired of the conversation, stopped responding. It was just going around and around circles. This is basically how dudes feel sometimes. Me asking where he got this idea, him ignoring this, telling me how hurt he is, and I'm breaking up over this, blah, blah, blah. He went on saying that he thought it would be a ring I liked because of my favorite gem, ruby, instead of diamond. It got me wondering how much he actually spent on the damn thing. I didn't look very clearly at the ring, so I couldn't tell if it was something super expensive or not. And that he had been working up all the courage to do so for a while, so I figured doing it when I was at home would make it more special. For a while, he was just talking to himself in my text because I wasn't responding anymore. When I checked back 20 minutes later, I had something like 60 messages from him. Granted, they were all one sentences, so he just kept firing them off.
Yeah, yeah.
At the very end, he apologized and told me it didn't matter anyway because, quote, I wouldn't see him around anymore.
That's wild.
Obviously, I was concerned to ask for clarification. He said he was going to drop out of university, go back home. He couldn't deal with the shame. That's where our conversation ended. I didn't really know how to respond to that. As it stands now, I don't really know where Jordan is. I didn't ask him, which is my bad. Not sure if we will ever talk again.
Yeah, I gotta let this one go and count your blessings that you weren't murdered.
Yeah, she did the right thing, like basically just checking in.
Yeah.
But like probably too much.
Yeah. I mean, like it's a very bizarre thing that got thrown at her. That's really crazy.
Credit to me, I found the story.
Yeah.
So
I don't even know.
Credit firmly to me about that.
There's a lot of creative writing on Reddit, but like that's a bizarre one.
Yeah, dude. that's why I, when we were getting started recording today, I started laughing, and Nikki's like, "Oh, this is gonna be good."
Yeah. I was like, he's already laughing. We haven't even hit record yet.
Yeah, this one got me good.
I mean, that's pretty nuts. I don't even have any words for that. There's no solution. There's just like, that was weird, and then you move on with your life. It just kind of sucks because like it's fresh right now where you're like, wow, this whole like relationship I've built with this person, like friendship I've built with this person, is now just like completely gone. We're strangers now, disappeared forever. This guy like proposed to me.
Yeah.
First guy to ever propose to me forever. That's the first guy to ever propose to her.
He proposed.
And like, it's just a weird fucking story now. Like, and forever, for the rest of her life, that's just a weird memory. Like the guy that actually becomes her husband, like that's the second guy to propose. That's the second guy to propose to her. Oh. Or third or whatever. But like, yeah, exactly. It's not on either of them. No. But it's just a weird, like, if I got proposed to by you after that happening to me, I would just think about that in like, it's just.
I was the first person to propose to you, right?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, you almost were the second, but I put a stop to the first one. Like I felt it coming, and I was like, I gotta end this before.
You had to tell your bull.
I gotta. No.
Is that what you're saying?
No. This was before you. You know him.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's not that weird. It's like
baked
in
the
cake.
Yeah, it was just, that's what happened. When, like we were both in serious relationships when we first met, and I didn't realize that person wasn't gonna be the one for me, and until it got closer and more real, because we had talked about it.
Sure.
And
I think the rest of us knew before you did.
Yeah, for sure. But me and him had talked about getting married many, many, many times.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was coming up. Our 5-year anniversary was coming up. So I felt it was coming up. And the closer it got, the more like a sinking feeling, which was weird. So it's weird because it's like, there was nothing wrong. Like I was comfortable with him. I felt like we were best friends, blah, blah, blah. But like, I just wasn't like in love. And the thought of being committed to him forever, like made my heart sink. Yeah. Whereas like with you, it was like, I'm ecstatic, I can't wait to marry you, and that's like,
I'm pretty cool.
And I think that the idea of marriage gets pushed on people, and that's how this shit happens, is like the idea of marriage gets pushed on people from such a young age that's like something to aspire to, rather than like something that like will come when it's ready, like, or, you'll know when you know. It's like something that's like, you're a failure if you don't find someone to marry, and it's like, that's not true at all.
Dude, 150 years ago, this chick would be getting married to this guy right now.
And I never
because her family would have pressured her too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I never felt this kind of pressure with this guy that I was gonna that we were talked about. It was more that like I was in love with him at one point, and somewhere along the line I fell out of love with him and didn't really realize it until I thought of living with him forever. Yeah. And then I was like, yeah, forever is a long time. And I don't know if that's gonna happen. I can't picture that happening with this person. And it was scary to break up with someone that I had love for him. I just wasn't in love with him.
But you know what's not a long time is the break that we're about to go on.
Yeah. Will the break?
Easy, dude. Easy. Okay, no, we're going on a podcast break. Okay. Not a marriage break.
Thanks,
and I want to clarify that.
Okay.
Especially for my lawyers and my team of lawyers.
For the lawyers, he never clarified before.
No, I did. I swear I did. No. You can play back mini podcasts. I promise.
I'm just saying.
Okay. So, look, nothing helps the show more than if you go to
patreon.com/sticky, STIKKI. We put out the show a few days early before the public sees them or gets them. Yeah. We also, Steve does a crypto corner once a week. It's a live stream where he walks you through everything, holds your hand.
We're crushing the
on
game
how to invest
in
crypto. Everyone that's been there a while has been seeing significant gains. We also do a live stream once a month. We play a free roll cash poker game where you can win cash prizes. And
if you beat us. Literally, we came in first and second last night.
Well, whatever I place in, I give my winnings to the last place person.
I don't. For me, it's all about...
And you don't. Yeah, because you suck. You're supposed to suck.
What?
Lately, you've been running pretty hot.
Who won more tournaments?
I'm saying you've been running pretty hot.
Me. Me. And by the way, I used the winnings to purchase
crypto
shit coins, though. Not good crypto. I gamble on shit coins with it.
Yeah.
My good crypto thing is a whole different thing.
Yeah. So anyway, that's there. Check it out. It helps the show. It helps us keep Mark on board. Our
reluctantly.
Our producer. If you think that guy is important, check it out. All right, we'll be right back. Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. We just want to take a break to tell you thanks for listening to our podcast, and if you want to rate it, that would be really awesome for us.
Listen, we're on break. We're not talking to you like podcast hosts right now. We're just talking to you like people.
As a friend.
And we just want to say, please rate the show because it helps out huge amounts.
Like, we're not desperate. We're like kind of desperate.
We're giving shout outs right now to all the people who are giving it ratings. So huge shout out right now to Brian Jorgensen. That was sick of you, dude. Thank you. God bless. Huge shout out right now to Mark W. in Springfield, Connecticut.
Back to our podcast.
Jenny Blyke.
Hey, back to our podcast.
In Tuscany,
and
Florida.
Back to our podcast.
God bless you. Thank you.
Steven.
Thank you for supporting the show. And we are back.
Hello.
So.
That wasn't enough time for me to go get my bowl. And
shut the fuck up. So stupid. Stupid game. I love it though. Okay. So next relationship advice question comes from.
About having this baby
for
16
shut up.
years?
People can't see you. Shut
okay.
up. Pregnant girlfriend, 23 female, wants me, 26 male, to pay $2,000 for maternity pictures.
Wait, what? Her girlfriend
He's
is
a
how?
pregnant girlfriend, 23. He's 26.
Okay.
Pay $2,000 for maternity pictures. How can I decline without sounding mean? He's trying to wiggle out.
Okay. So
she's about 7 months pregnant. Listen to the guy.
Okay.
7 months pregnant. We're in the process of getting a house. I'm trying to keep as much money as I can.
Yeah, I was hemming and hawing on his side, but go ahead.
I've also been paying $500 for her doctor visits per month, which totals to about $2,000. I'm also going to have, that sounds like a deal.
Pretty good, yeah.
Sounds like a deal. I'm also going to have to pay for the delivery, which after insurance could cost me close to $3,000. Plus, she will be staying home for a year, which I'm fine with. So all the bills will be on me for a year. She even wants to stay home permanently. I don't want that, especially since she has 3 pets, which she literally treats like human kids, costing $100 per month. Whoa. So I feel like it's too much for me. I'm getting overwhelmed. I make $120,000 per year. I already feel like I'll barely survive with all the bills coming my way. In the past few weeks, she's been bugging me for maternity pictures. $800 to $2,000 for this.
800 sounds reasonable.
Yeah, 800 sounds way better.
2,000 sounds ridiculous.
I don't personally care about those pictures. She's insisting that she wants them because she always wanted to be a mom. I feel like she's turning the pregnancy into a show-off experience. How can I address the situation?
Well, she wants to document the memories in an artistic, creative way.
Bro, have an iPhone picture.
No, I'm saying like you can meet in the middle.
Yeah.
Like you can get a photography session for like $500 that's going to be pretty decent quality photos with a professional photographer.
You don't even need a professional photographer if you're a professional cheap ass like me.
No.
Listen to me.
No.
You take pictures at like 5 p.m. magic hour is what they call it in the biz.
4 p.m. but okay.
There's some industry biz.
Right.
Insight on you.
Yeah.
So a lot of movies. So a lot of fucking movies and a lot of web series as well and cartoons.
No, you're really selling it.
If you take pictures at like 5 p.m.
Golden hour.
Thank you. Everything looks good. No matter what you could have like literally a blind grandma take a picture. It looks amazing.
Now, let's say I want a milk bath as a pregnant woman.
What the?
That's a very common photo shoot for a pregnant woman to have.
It's like the normie thing that they do?
Yeah. Okay, so now
take a bath in milk?
You don't know how to handle that. Try fucking golden houring that shit.
Well, that's inside. I don't know what to do.
Exactly.
I don't know what to do.
It requires a studio.
Shit.
Or a person coming to your house and bathroom and knowing what the fuck to do with the camera. It's worth $500.
Not $2,000.
Yeah, not $2,000.
$2,000 is insane.
And it sounds like you're saving a lot on this pregnancy. Like it costs $35,000 to deliver a baby. And it sounds like he's skirting away with like
good.
$5,000. You know,
dude, my brother,
it's pretty sick.
Kenny.
Yeah,
he gave birth. Basically,
he did not give birth.
No, he did.
He did not give birth.
He paid for it, so he might as well.
He did not
do
give
the same
birth.
thing.
Shut up.
He basically gave birth in like an inflatable jacuzzi.
Yeah, they had an at-home birth.
Correct.
Or like, but it was at a
with
center?
a midwife.
Was that
or
a
whatever.
center or was that at their actual
No, they
home?
came to their house.
Oh.
And like, yeah, same jam. Didn't spend that much.
Okay.
Comparatively to like the hospital bills.
Uh-huh.
Like this guy's getting a deal on everything.
Yeah, so exactly, you're making my point.
So,
you can afford $500 for a photo shoot.
All right, but
$2,000 is excessive.
Thank
Our
you.
wedding photos did not cost that much,
Exactly.
and it was like that was a good. The
They did a
wedding
great
photography is worth it. Yeah. So our wedding photos were just under $2,000, and that's for a wedding.
Yeah, so one of the popular comments says, time to reveal the financial magic, right? Make a spreadsheet showing everything, income, taxes, one-time expenses, savings, retirement, childcare costs, pet care costs. Just show her the impact of her income and like then talk about it.
Yeah, it does a snapshot.
Yeah, I think that needs to happen.
We do this from time to time when I feel like, oh, we're spending too much. Like, let's see where our dollars are going. And like, oh, here's where we should cut back and stuff. But you're marrying, or he's already married to this person. Yeah. They're having a kid. Okay, so like,
he says pregnant girlfriend. He doesn't say married.
Oh, okay. Well, if they do get married.
Yeah.
And.
I mean, that should be a priority.
If they do get, well, I that's why I'm confused because.
I'm with you.
How is she under his health insurance if, like, he's doing that without health insurance or it's under her health insurance? Like,
I have no idea. It sounds like he's doing cash payments.
That's confusing as fuck to me because that should be like $35,000. But so the thing is if they get married, it's kind of her money too. Yeah. So like you should have these conversations for sure. But like, yeah, I think 2,000 is unreasonable.
Okay. Yeah, I think that
I think getting professional photos done is very reasonable on her part. Like the first time mother, I would 100% want to have. Do that? I would 100% want that. And I'm not even like the type of person that like needs fancy crazy things. I really love documenting life and like pivotal moment, like really like milestone moments. And I think professional photography is absolutely worth it for those milestone life moments.
All right, word.
But $2,000 is crazy. Shop around for a deal. Like shop around. Like you can get a very decent professional photography session for $500.
Legit.
At least under $1,000.
Okay. Agreed. Yeah, you don't need fucking Larry
Like, are they in upstate New York? Or like, where? Yeah. Where are they from?
I have an uncle who was a White House photographer. So that's why I say Larry Downing, because shout out.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea who that is.
He's my uncle.
Oh, okay.
So now you know.
Yeah.
So one time.
Why doesn't he have your family's last name?
True story. Well, because he's an uncle.
Through marriage?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, so one time, so he was like a White House photographer for the Clinton administration.
Uh-huh.
And before that a little bit, but like the famous story is like he was there and he's wearing a suit because you had to wear a suit like in the White House.
Yeah.
And then he said Bill Clinton turned to him one time and he said, "Hey, can you get me that girl's number right there?" And then he was like,
and it was Monica Lewinsky?
No. But he was like, "Oh, I am a photographer." And then Clinton thought he was like a Secret Service guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Okay. Next one comes from my ex, male, 35 years old, contacted me, I am female, 38, to say he still loves me. How can I get over what happened? I don't want to make a long post. His mom never liked me. In fact, she hated me.
Okay.
She wanted him to find someone more in his, quote, social status. But I thought that as long as we loved each other, then I was happy and ignored thinking about a future with a family that doesn't like me. When I got pregnant, his mom spiraled.
Oh, she got pregnant.
Even more when Corona hit and she almost died. My ex changed afterwards. He spent a lot of time with his mom. He's getting cold towards me. Then he ended things with me because he found a, quote, younger, rich girl.
What?
That is a friend of the family that his mother approved of and adored. He left me before our daughter was born.
What the fuck?
For the last month, he's been emailing me, asking to meet. He said he had been miserable the past few years. He still loved me. He realized his mom used her illness to coerce him, and he was terrified that she would die if he disobeyed him. But then he realized that she was more than healthy and strong, so she was fine.
Or she was just pretending to get her way.
He is divorced now. He's had no contact with his family, who basically threatened him with disowning him if he left his wife. He said he's never stopped thinking about me or our daughter. He said the mistake is only his. He was a grown, independent adult. Shouldn't have let his family pressure him. He thought he was making them happy, but he ended up miserable. I've talked to my sister. I could give my daughter a whole home. She said that at least I could start by introducing him to our daughter, see how he is with her. If he really means his regret, I don't know. I'm terrified. I love him, but I don't want to hurt my baby if she gets attached to him and he leaves us. She's happy as she is now, but the possibility of everything being real and we could be a happy family is tempting. I can't stop crying writing this. Please ask me anything if something was unclear or missing.
This is a really rare situation where it just
he's
feels,
a pussy.
It feels for sure.
He's a pussy ass bitch.
But it sounds like he is owning all of that.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
And he's learned from it and grew from it and regrets everything. Now, I'm not saying that she should be quick to accept that back. Like, I mean, that's a lot of trauma to have gone through. But it sounds like she still loves him too.
A quote unquote man though who like abandons his own daughter because his mom is being bratty.
Yeah, but now he's dissociated.
I get it, but man,
he was under a spell.
the grenade that he threw into that whole thing is
Crazy.
too crazy.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, usually this is so cut and dry. I would be like, fuck that guy forever.
No, I appreciate because I want to push back.
But this is like a rare instance where I'm not saying that she should go running back to accept him.
Yeah.
But I think there's a shot.
Okay.
I think that if they really can heal through that, and like maybe they go to couples counseling or something, or she's been to therapy or something like that. I mean, there definitely has to be like massive healing that happens.
I'm just hardcore disagree.
That's a crazy
How
thing.
can you trust him again? This guy, at the most critical moment of your relationship, chose to blow it all up.
Yeah.
How do you trust that?
Personally, I don't know if I could.
I don't think you could.
I don't know if I could. But
I
that's
think
what I'm
that would
saying.
always linger in the back of your head.
I think that I wouldn't even be on Reddit asking this because even if I still had feelings, I would shove them all the way down and be like, fuck you forever. I don't love you. I don't know. But because she does still love him, like, I just feel like.
I think she loves the idea of him, but what he did to her is too crazy.
And that's what she has to get really honest about.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, she has to get really honest if that is something real or something that's idealistic.
What did she talk about?
Huh?
She talks about the image of a family, right? She's like,
no,
if I could give my daughter the family.
It sounds more that like their family was broken and now it can be whole, and she never stopped loving him.
She never stopped loving the ideal, maybe.
She never stopped loving him.
I don't know about that.
Why would she be crying posting it?
Well, it's a fucking traumatic experience.
For sure. But I don't know. There might be something there. There's not enough info.
Yeah.
They would have to really.
You can't generate enough opinion off of 4 paragraphs.
This is not a one size fits all. If it was,
I'm judging you a little bit.
If it was, I'd just be like, this guy's not a writer, fuck him forever. But
exactly.
But I don't know. It just sounds like he really messed up. COVID era was like a really traumatic time in general.
To be sure.
And there was a lot going on, and his family has. Okay, kudos to him for like his family has been trying to brainwash him this direction for his whole life, and he still chose this girl.
Right.
And then it was like his mom's on a deathbed being like, my last wish is this. And
LARPing.
Yeah, and she was LARPing for sure, but now he's like learned the lesson like in an extremely hard way. And it's completely up to OP if she's going to forgive him. If she does forgive him, it just has to be forgiven. But
true. We're both into that.
Yeah, exactly. But it's 100% up to her.
Okay.
And it sounds like he's taking a lot of accountability for it, and wanting to prove to her that, he fucked up and he's serious and he hasn't ever stopped thinking about her and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And me personally, some of the things she said in there, like, oh, he said he found a rich young girl and like whatever, and like while I'm pregnant with his kid, I would never get over that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's me though.
Wow.
Like some people, if they cheat on you, the person's like, yeah, everyone cheats, and they get back together and they don't even. It's like not even. It's like, yeah, it made me upset for a week.
Because some people are nuts.
They're crazy. Yeah, for me and you, we'd be like, fuck you forever, right?
Never.
Like fuck you forever. But
fuck you.
But that's us. So I don't know. Like it's total. Some people have different levels of.
How do you get back to the trust though? To me, I don't know how you get there. But hey, more credit, more power
If
to
it's
you.
meant to be,
Yeah, if
then-
Jesus Christ is literally fucking putting his hand up your ass, and
putting his hand up your ass
or whatever, like using you as a puppet to say nice things that like need to be said to like heal a thing. Good on you. I really mean it, but I don't know if I could do it. I'm too petty, too small. I'm a small man in a big body. I don't think I can handle it.
Chill.
I'm just saying.
Chill.
I'm chill.
We'll never be pregnant when I leave you. Like, you know, like, yeah.
But you said you would leave me.
If in this scenario.
Okay.
I'm like, this scenario could never happen to you is what I'm saying.
Why?
Because you'll never be pregnant and me go leave you. Because my mom's dying from COVID.
Right.
Yeah. And my mom doesn't think that you're in our class.
Fair.
Like, it just would never happen to you.
No.
This is not a scenario where either of us could be like,
No.
this could happen, you know?
I'm a tier above your mom.
Your mom loves me.
I'm above your mom.
Yeah.
In the class tier.
Shut up. In the class tier.
I don't even know what that means. I'm trying.
Yeah, you're trying real hard.
I love you, Darcy. You're the best. I love your whole family. That's the thing, too.
I know. We got really lucky
We
with
got so
in-laws.
lucky with the in-laws, yeah.
But also, I do think this class thing is very difficult.
It's a thing. It's a fucking
big thing.
It's a fucking thing.
Because I've never dated a super rich person.
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah, I have.
And
Well, they weren't rich, but their family was.
right. I've never dated someone where their family's loaded.
It was weird.
So
It was very unrelatable.
all of my serious relationships, we were at the same class level.
Right.
And I can't imagine, other than the stories that you've talked about, like, I can't imagine being in that situation. I'd be massively uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I liked about it is that I had to prove myself at every turn with the old man, which was fine with me. Cause
You liked that part of it?
honestly, well, I didn't like the doubting part of it, but
Yeah.
I loved it because I was able to dunk on him very quickly. Because I knew exactly what I was
Yeah,
doing.
but see, that's all toxic to me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, it's
See, I like the dunking.
yeah, but if you even feel like you have to, like, that's the part you get pleasure from is the dunking on the
Always.
person. It's like, that's not a healthy relationship.
But I had that with my own family until like probably like 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
I had that with my
Also,
own family.
not healthy.
Yeah, probably not. But that's because they set the rules, not me. They drew first blood, not me.
Yeah, I don't get pleasure out of dunking. I get
I
pleasure
love
out
a
of
dunk.
proving people wrong in a way that makes them proud. But like
To me,
the dunking, no.
It's 2 points at the end of the game, and they can't come back from it. And I
the
win.
dunking is me knowing that they know that I showed them. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't have to say it.
Oh, but if you're gonna dunk,
I'm not gonna dunk.
oh, see, I like to break the whole backboard.
They're
I
dunking
like
on
the glass
they're
to come
dunking on
down.
themselves already.
Okay, I see. I like the glass to rain down around me, and for all attention in the whole stadium arena. They call it arena to be on me.
That's an ego thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But also, it's just the fact that they called me out.
Right.
They did the thing.
I know.
They drew first blood. I didn't do
This
it.
is all the way you're justifying it. Yes.
Yeah. So that's why. That's all it is.
Yeah, so I've just never experienced this thing, but I know it's a thing. There's movies about it. Romeo and Juliet's about that, you know, like there's you are not good enough to be with my daughter. There's that of that stuff because of class structure. And to a point, it might be true. Like you just don't have the same background and you don't get each other. Like you just aren't raised with the same standards of living.
Well,
I
some
don't know.
guys should be careful too, because there's a thing in like, I don't know what you call it, maledom, where like the more you tell me as a dad that like don't do this thing to my daughter, I'm going to do it. Don't do that shit. No, seriously.
Do what thing? Sounds sexual.
It can be, but it's like, you know, like we have a friend who like, you know, has a kid and like there's constant talk about, oh, well, my daughter, blah, 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 fucking blah. And I'm like, dude, literally, if you have a guy come over and you think it's going to be Bad Boys 2, where you're at the door and like, you're like, oh, what are your intentions with my daughter? And you pull out a gun, you fucking shove it in his face and do all this shit. I'm not kidding when I say this. Every girl that a dad tried to intimidate me with, I literally was balls deep in that chick like the same night. Like, go fuck yourself. You're dumb. Don't talk that way. Don't challenge a fucking younger man, because you're basically saying like, you probably can't do this. To a young guy who's
Yeah.
like, I want to prove myself
Yeah.
right now. Don't do this shit. It's
Yeah.
so stupid.
It is stupid.
It's so stupid. So I was trying to explain this to a friend of mine recently, and like he basically has mind exploded in his fucking skull.
Not only that, but like if my dad tried to prevent me from seeing a guy that I was like
Exactly.
into, it would really hurt a relationship with my dad.
Yep.
Like, because teenage girls were going to want to be with whoever they're going to want to be with. Like,
Correct.
it doesn't matter what you think or what you do. Like, and the meaner you get, you're embarrassing them.
Correct.
So they're going to be like, I don't like you, Dad. And they're going to, they're not, it's not.
And they're more likely to do things with the guy that
yes.
they wouldn't have done
You
before.
basically willed it into existence
you
as
annex them.
self-fulfilling prophecy.
That's the thing. And you're doing it for what? Your personal macho bravado bullshit?
Exactly.
To what? To talk to a friend in a tough way so that we think you're more badass when we leave? We're laughing at you, actually. When we leave the room, we're laughing at you.
Yeah, we're like, oh, your dad was
We're like,
fucking
what a
whack.
pussy.
Yeah.
We're like, you're a pussy. You're literally a pussy.
Your dad's a little crazy.
Exactly. And that's, so yeah, I had that happen to me a couple times with chicks in the formative years, and it never worked out the way the dads thought.
Well, also,
Ever.
like, dads that are like that, the daughter has them wrapped around their finger. Like,
That's a fact.
you know, like,
That's a fact.
and so they always go the route of like, don't listen to him. Like, I get to do whatever I want.
So true.
Blah, blah. And like, the dad really is pushing
You're
the
right.
girl to like,
Yeah. Because it's like, oh, he
break
said
the
midnight?
rules.
Oh, you can be back at 1. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's fine.
yeah,
I got this.
Yeah.
You're so right. You're so right. It's insane.
they just know what they can get away with.
But the guy is so, it's about his image. It's not about the girl. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm convinced
But I'm
of.
saying like both parts are making it so that whatever
Correct.
the dad doesn't want to happen is most likely going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And he just set the deck for it.
Yeah. 100%.
And he should have shut the fuck up instead and been a nice guy.
100%.
Yep.
It's true.
Anyway, that's all the time we have for today.
That's all we have today. I hope you got your share of relationship advice. Don't propose to people that you aren't dating.
I mean, what the fuck? You
That
didn't even kiss them one time?
You've never had a
kissed
conversation.
them one time? You're gonna
You've
propose?
never held hands. And,
If you're not in a Mennonite community, then I think you got all the signals to not do that.
Yeah. Just don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do
Don't let your bull convert your wife to his religion.
Oh, so true.
He's for sexual pleasure only.
Exactly. We're big on
Okay?
that here.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
big on
And
that
then what was the third one? Oh, I mean, up to you if you want to take this guy back when he left
Get
you
the
at
fuck
your
out of here. No.
at
way.
your weakest.
Good luck with finding his phone one day and seeing him
Yeah,
have
I
a
don't
text
think
message with somebody.
I couldn't build support.
it's
I
like,
couldn't build
come on.
trust
You
back.
took him back, and then the next little ping is going to be basically
Yeah, that's the thing is
the
that like
biggest hit.
every little thing would like
you.
re-trigger that hurt.
Right.
Like a normal fight would re-trigger that hurt.
Yeah.
I don't think trauma.
It's the Greek god who, like, his heel was the most vulnerable point.
Achilles.
That's not his name.
Oh,
I think his name is Hercules. Hercules.
okay.
Yeah.
You're right.
So exactly. So if you hit him in the heel, Hercules,
Yeah.
then it would crumble him.
Hercules.
And so that's what I'm trying to get at here.
Yeah,
is, like,
you are.
the next hit is going to be like right at that ankle shot, which is what everyone knows Hercules'
You're
weakness
so
is.
well studied at Greek
And
mythology.
I was obsessed with it for a long time.
Yeah.
And so so there you go.
So there you go. All right. Well, we'll see you next week. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/sticky. It's the best way to support the show.
Yes, sir.
And we will see you next week. Peace.
Bye bye.